Film of the year. Now my choice here, I already know my choice. I've already seen the nominees for this previously. And a lot of people in the community may definitely disagree with me, but fuck them and fuck what they think. Because a lot of people will most likely choose Chainsaw Man, Reze Arc as their, to give this award to, but that's not going to be my choice. So it's been a while since I last did any long form anime related content. Mostly I've just been releasing shorts, but the Crunchyroll Anime Awards nominee list is out and voting is now open. So yeah, I thought I'd go through the nominees and cast my vote, and you guys can join me. Now, the thing about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards is that it's not really one of the most prestigious awards. It is kind of the most prestigious award you can get in the anime space, in the anime community, but it is an award show that, while it has judges and there is a judge list on the page, it's also one that is heavily involving the community, where we get to vote for the anime that we think is best in each category. But the problem with that is it ends up becoming more of a popularity contest rather than something that is truly based on critical assessment on the quality of the anime. Like, an anime can be completely ass, but it could still win a ton of awards because a lot of people loved it. Or, it doesn't necessarily need to be ass, because the panel of judges kind of controls the quality a little bit, but the most popular one tends to win, and we've had several years where the most popular anime won Anime of the Year. And I think like the most egregious example of that was last year. I think last year, where Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year over Freerun, and that's nonsense. That's pure nonsense. But it was popular, and most people mistook that nomination, which was for the first season, as for the second season that was airing concurrently as the award. So yeah, stuff like that can happen, and that's why it lacks a little bit of that prestige. But it's still one of the most popular, if not the only really truly popular anime awards out there. So yeah, a lot of people in the community will be, tossing their votes for what they think is the best. And I thought I'd partake. I always partake, but we'll talk about the results when the award show happens. But for now, let's just go through the nominees, the nominations, and pick my favorite for each category. So a little bit of bad news. As I was getting ready to edit the Crunchyroll Awards voting video, turns out my screen recording just went completely nuts and just recorded one portion of my screen. And that has resulted in that footage basically being unusable. So what you're gonna see from now on is just me going through the list once again based on the audio that I've edited. So if you see a big voted sign on like the categories, it's because I already did the voting and I tried to screen record, but the screen recording completely failed. So yeah, shit happens, but I think what I'm trying to share, which is what I voted for, is still valid. So hopefully you still enjoy the video. So yeah, this is the main page for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards right here. And you can see there's a few tabs up here. First is the Anime Awards itself, then how it works, the Anime Awards, go back there. How it works, basically telling you how this functions, where they have a panel of judges, but then you get to vote. The list of judges, actually, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, so I don't know like half these people, but like Arcada over here, and who else do we have on this list? Arcada was here. Let's see, going down as well. Okay, yeah, Mother's Basement. These are people that I know of, that content creators that I follow, and I guess it will definitely bring up the quality in terms of content, like the critical quality. But you never know what's gonna happen, like VinnyTube as well. So these are the judges, but the talent tab is very interesting, because I think these are the panel of industry professionals. Okay, so these are industry pros who I don't know if they're gonna be at the award show or they're gonna be judging, because they're not on the judges list. But Asian Kung Fu Generation is there, which is fucking amazing. There's such a huge influence on our consumption of anime, especially with their OPs. And you know, they're doing the OP for Doctor Stone season 4, the final season of Doctor Stone. Yeah, quite a few talents. Rashmika Mandana being on this list is something I did not expect, but there she is. Riza as well, and Winston Duke, and Yoko Takahashi. It's like, this is an incredible lineup here, pretty much. But now it's time to stop wasting time and get to actually voting. I've already had a look at some of the nominees, but let's just take our time to go through it here. So now we've got a bunch of categories that you can see here, and we're gonna work all the way up to Anime of the Year. So we're gonna start with Best Voice Artist Performance in Japanese. I will not be voting for English. I never vote for English because I don't watch anime in English. I don't watch the English dubs. So let's just do Japanese. These are nominees. We have Apothecary Diaries, Summertime Rendering, My Hero Aka, Chainsaw Man Reze Arc, and One Piece. But what was the performance for Mao Mao? Aoyuki as Mao Mao. That's crazy. Chiaki Kobayashi as Yoshiki. Fine. Izuku. Denji. And Luffy. Mayumi Tanaka as Luffy. I should recognize that. And Reze. Okay. We're already in a tough spot because these are some solid picks, but I don't think any of these stood out. I think the one year where I remember where I voted, like, it really stood out was for Made in Abyss, the Golden City, or whatever that arc was called. Like, that was one really supreme standout performance. Yeah, for me, who am I gonna pick here? It's probably either between Chiaki Kobayashi or Reina Ueda, because Mayumi Tanaka has been doing this for so long, and I don't think Denji is like a standout voice. I gotta think back. I gotta go back to last year and think back on how I felt on these performances. Hopefully it gets easier from here. So we're back, and I'm most likely going to be picking Reina. I'm not most likely going to be picking Reina Ueda. I am picking Reina Ueda. So yeah, let's vote for her and move on to the next category. Best ending sequence. I don't really listen to endings as well, but I really... Yeah. I like the endings for Kaiju number 8. One Republic, just, they don't really miss. So that's easy for me. Next up, best opening sequence. Now, there are some really good openings here, and the one I wanted is not here. Okay, so I guess Iris Out is not considered an opening because it's for the film. Reawaker is gonna probably win because of the popularity, but it's not something I would pick. Don't Remember Watch Me. Kinda skip Hugs. So it comes down to 2, which is between Mirage and On the Way. And I really like sort of the Afrobeats-esque nature of Mirage, but I didn't watch like the OP itself. Ooh, tough picks for me, but Aina the End gets another vote, and she's doing the opening for One Piece's Elbaf arc. So yeah, Aina the End gets the vote. Alright, next we have Best Score. And again, it's Chainsaw Man, Reze Arc, Demon Slayer, Apothecary Diaries, Dan Da Dan. So it's a popularity contest. Like how do we pick this to be best score? I'm pretty sure there were just anime with much better scores. And why is 2B Hero X not at all included? Is it because it's not considered anime, instead it's donghua, so they don't put it on here? Because like if I'm going with it, I'm picking 2B Hero X in almost every category at this point. How about score? Yeah. Score wise, probably Reze arc. Movies just have better scores. So yeah, we're going for Reze arc for score. Best anime song. Now this is kind of tough, but it's not tough. It's not tough. It's supposed to be tough. But these four, get out of here. Just get out of here. These four can get out of here. What really matters is are you picking Jane Doe or Iris Out? These are two fantastic songs by Yonezu Kenshi, and for me it's gonna be Iris Out. I love Iris Out. It's such upbeat, high energy. Like, he pulls out his best for Chainsaw Man. Man, like, yeah. Must protect at all costs character. Fuck Takopi. Why is Takopi on the list? I do not want to... Like, I get the last episode is supposed to redeem, but fuck Takopi, man. Nah. Didn't really bother with the Fragrant Flower. Mao Mao can be on the... She doesn't need to be protected. She's just such a strong character on her own right. For me, from this list of what aired, it's gonna be Suika. It's gonna be Suika. Because what she did at the end of that season, if you've watched it, like, she had to fight through a shit ton of failure while being isolated in a stone world. I'm going Suika. Thank you, Suika, for your service last season of Dr. Stone. Best supporting character. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oh, this is tough. Don't really feel Gigi deserves a spot. Engine is alright, but doesn't get much to do. Jinshi as well. Then Turbo Granny. Like, these four are still nothing. They don't evoke anything. But it's between Bakugo and Loran. Impact. Both have massive impact in the story. Both affect the outcome of the seasons. Both make major sacrifices as well. That's a tough pick. But I think My Hero will be winning a shit ton more awards. So yeah, I'm picking Loran. Just deserves the recognition. Best main character. Right. Sung Jinwoo is here for some reason. Momo. Like, there have been so many anime released this past year, right, in 2025. And these are mostly just repeats. Apothecary Diaries is in season 2. Sung Jinwoo from Solo Leveling season 2. Like, Dandadan season 2. And I can get why Izuku is there. It's his final season and it's a fucking standout season. And I can get why Rudo is there. Gachi Akata was amazing. But it's just why do we work towards actual fucking character impacts in their series? Both Rudo and Izuku have impact. But these others, while they do, it's like, I mean, Mao Mao maybe is the only one I forgive of these other like 4 nominees, but the rest can go. I love Momo, I love Okaru, but they don't deserve the spot here. Not for me. I'm gonna give it to Rudo for new protagonist. But then I could give it to Izuku as well. This is tough. You know what, Rudo? Like, I'm just gonna go against the grain. I know a lot of people may vote for Izuku, so I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna give it to Rudo. Best slice of life. Anne Shirley is so special, man. I don't need to think. This is the fastest I can pick. Like you need to watch Anne Shirley. It's about a girl in like 1800s, late 1800s Canada. Like, if you read Anne of Green Gables, you would know. I have not, but coming out and watching this, it just evokes this sense of nostalgia for something I've never experienced, and that's special. So yeah, this is the easiest pick. It's on my top 10 list, so please check that out. But yeah. Best drama. This is where Anne does not deserve a spot. And fuck Blue Box as well. It's awful. Like, the animation's good, but I hate the romance, and I kinda hate the two main leads, so I don't think it's worth its spot here. Apothecary Diaries is incredible as well. For me, it's between Takopi, Orb, and The Summer Hikaru Died. And Orb needs its fucking flowers, man. Orb deserves its flowers. So I'm gonna go with Orb on the Movements of the Earth, because it's one of the most special anime I've ever seen. And I want to make a video on it. Hopefully I find the time, and now with a slightly better recording setup, maybe it'd be easier to do more long form stuff. But Orb gets mine for best drama. It's got, like, The Summer Hikaru Died has not completed, it's still halfway through. So that just leaves Takopi's Original Sin and Orb, and both are fucking special and amazing in different, very different ways. But Orb needs its flowers. Best Isekai anime. You know what? I have not watched Twisted Wonderland, so I don't know. But the others are kind of right? So for me, it's between Zenshu, which is pretty good, or ReZero, which is also a great season. Like, season 3 of ReZero probably is my favorite season of the anime. And it's just down these two. But if you have not seen From Bureaucrat to Villainess, please go see From Bureaucrat to Villainess. That shit is hilarious. I had a fucking amazing time watching that. But for the award purposes, it's gonna be between ReZero and Zenshu. And I do not know. It's gotta be ReZero, isn't it? But ReZero always wins. It's just... Season 2 and Season 3 are fantastic seasons, man. But Season 3 kind of pays off a lot that has been built up over the past few seasons, while Zenshu tries to go with something original, though I feel like its ending left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Like, it wasn't a bad ending. I think it's just like how quickly we rushed to the ending. I'm giving it to ReZero. I don't want to reward a sequel so much, but you can't deny the quality of the season. It's amazing. Next category, Best Action. That's... A lot of people will be voting for Gachiakuta. One Piece fans will try to fucking hijack this shit, because One Piece has just exploded in popularity over the last year or two. Kaiju number 8 had actually a pretty good season, but it just does not stack up against any of these. Like, I don't think Kaiju number 8 even belongs here. It had good action, animation, but it's here based solely because it's like the big popular thing. It can't be here because of its quality alone. I love Kaiju number 8, by the way, but it doesn't stack up here. One Piece's action is fantastic, but I mean, it's One Piece. It's been around for so long. But I'm not gonna vote for that. Yeah, like, best action, best animation. My Hero Academia's final season is just... It's peak, man. It's one of the best final seasons ever. And the animation, like, it was number 3 on my list. The only thing I'm mad about is that 2B Hero X is not at all in these awards. So I need an explanation for that. Because Hero X would sweep. You know. I'm only halfway through the categories, by the way. What the fuck? Best Comedy. I'm giving it to Witch Watch. I want to kind of give it to Ranma, but I'm giving it to Witch Watch. It's... I laughed out loud. This has been... I don't know why Dandadan is here. Spy X Family and Dandadan have comedy in them, but they're not. 3 of these, right? Dress Up Darling, Dandadan, and Spy X Family, those don't belong here. They are not like 100% comedy focused, right? This is... Witch Watch is comedy first, then romance. Ranma half kind of does a 50-50, and City the animation is solely comedy focused, right? But I didn't watch City, and Witch Watch had me fucking laughing, man. So yeah, Witch Watch gets the vote. Best Romance. Fuck Blue Box again. Didn't watch any of the rest except Dandadan, and I'm not giving it to Dandadan because again, it doesn't have a box in which it belongs. That doesn't mean it can dip into every box and just win there. I love Dandadan. Like, it seems like I'm hating on it, but I just feel like it's such a broad anime that covers so many different genres that it can fit. But is it the best of anything? Maybe not. Like, together, the sum of the parts, right, is incredible. But the parts alone, you know, for me, I'm going around my half because I didn't watch the rest, so that's the only reason. Best background art. Should it go to City? Should this go to City, the animation? Gachiakata is great. Summer Hikaru Died is also great. But I feel like City, the animation is so unique in its background art style. Like, I may not have watched this, but I think it deserves the vote. It's getting the vote. It will not win. But it's getting the vote. Best director. It's good that they don't put films in this, but oh yeah, this is another tough one. It's another tough one. Fugai, Dandadan. Oh, how do I pick, man? How do I pick? Do I go with the art direction of Gachiakata? Do I just acknowledge how great My Hero is again? Or the Summer Hikaru Died? Or Takopi's? How do I like, what did they say about direction? I'm gonna give it to fucking the Summer Hikaru Died, because there are not very very good horror anime that capture the vibe of horror, that capture the tension of horror. This is a very, very good horror anime that truly understands the tension that is required in a horror series or a horror movie or a horror anime. And I think to be able to capture that is the influence of the director. Like, quality wise, all of these are amazing, but this is something unique. Takopi as well stands out, but there have been dramas that have been able to capture the emotion that it wants to convey before, but horror tends to struggle. So for me, Ryoi Takeshita deserves a shit ton of credit for that. Have your vote. Best character design. This is the easiest one. It's gonna be Gachiakuta. I love their character designs. Like, yeah, it's so unique. Look at these faces. Look at that. Easy. Kei Urana's character designs. Best animation. This is where we give My Hero its fucking flowers. Because out of all these, the only problem with something like Tak, because all of these are action. All of these, Dandadan, Gachiakata, My Hero, One Piece, and Solo Leveling are action. It's very easy to judge action anime based on just like the Sakuga animation and everything. Takopi is a drama, and it's very hard to judge it on animation. And it comes to how well it conveys character emotion, character headspace, and maybe something that's more between the lines through animation. And it does well, but My Hero Academia's final season deserves its flowers here. Best original anime. There's a problem here. I have only watched 2 of these shows, which is Lazarus and Zenshu. I've watched a bit of Moonrise, but I didn't finish it. And I know that anyone who's watching original anime, and based on all those content creators that I watched, Apocalypse Hotel should win. But I didn't watch that, so I can't vote for it in good faith. So it's gonna be between Lazarus and Zenshu. I like Lazarus, but there is a big problem with Lazarus. And that is that it didn't have enough episodes to truly flesh out the story. It took too long to introduce us to the characters and kind of build out their backstory, which is great, but then it had to rush to its ending. Senshu also has that problem, but I think it's a more well-paced show. Best new series. Why is Takopi there? Why is Takopi there? It's a ONA. It's an original net animation or OVA, whatever it is. It's a short series. It will not have a new season coming out. It's one and done. Like the rest of these, yes. So do I vote on it based on that? Like, it deserves the credit. Levates is pretty good. Gachiakuta is Gachiakuta. Like, if I think in terms of impact, it's gonna be Gachiakuta. Like, it's in a shit ton of categories and it deserves it. I'll give it to Gachiakuta. Best continuing series. That's just... As long as My Hero is in a category and there's no real standout, it's gonna be My Hero. It's My Hero. Film of the year. Now this... My choice here, I already know my choice. I've already seen the nominees for this previously. And a lot of people in the community may definitely disagree with me, but fuck them and fuck what they think. Because a lot of people will most likely choose Chainsaw Man, Reze Arc as their, to give this award to, but that's not going to be my choice. Like, I think the film is amazing. I think Reze Arc is amazing, but I'm not going to give it this award because it wasn't my film of the year, my anime film of the year. Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle, just no. It just needed... It felt like they were trying to cram 6 episodes of an anime into a film and market it as a film. It felt less like a film, more like just a quick binge, a 2.5 hour binge of the next season of Demon Slayer. It didn't fit the structure of a film, if you get me. I feel like Chainsaw Man Reze Arc definitely fit the structure because the entire arc can be contained into, was it a 90-minute or 2-hour film? Whereas Infinity Castle was 2.5 hours and it just didn't feel like a film. It just definitely felt like 6 episodes of an anime just stitched together. But the one that I'm going to be picking, the one that I went to see in cinemas as well. I saw the other 2 in cinemas, but also I'm so glad I got to check this one out in cinemas because, yeah, I'm going to be picking 100 Meters. Like, 100 Meters comes from the same mangaka as Orb, and I don't know how they've managed this, but they convey stories on such different topics. Like, 100 Meters is kind of a sports anime. It's a sports film, whereas Orb is a historical fiction drama. But from the understanding of characters, it's able to draw you in and be invested in their goals and their aims and pray for their success, their struggles as well. It's like, yeah, 100 Meters is just easy pick for me. It was my anime film of the year for last year as well, compared to the other 3, and I did not see Mononoke, Scarlet, or The Rose of Versailles. So it's gonna be 100 Meters, and I hope to God that with the judges they vote for 100 Meters, but I'm like about 99.999% certain it's gonna be Chainsaw Man. Now, the final category, anime of the year, is not on this list. To Be Hero X is anime of the year, and it's not on this list, and I don't understand why. Maybe because it didn't reach, like, it wasn't broadcast in Japan or through Crunchyroll, so they don't consider it. Like, it should be To Be Hero X. but I made a top 10 list. So again, check out my top 10 list. If it's not gonna be To Be Hero X, well, the thing is, 2 of my top 3 are here, and that is My Hero and Takopi. And as much as My Hero deserves its flowers, Takopi's Original Sin is something just so unique, so soul-shatteringly unique, that we will never get something again. And it was done in such high quality that I cannot deny it its flowers. So yes, for me, my anime of the year for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards is Takopi's Original Sin. Okay, so Crunchyroll won't give me a summary unless I, vote for the voice acting, which in English, which I don't watch any of these in English. So who are we voting for? Reze, Mao Mao, Izuku, Akaza, Shiori, and Hikaru. I have not watched any of these performances. So who do I give it to? Let's call it Reze. That's it. Reze arc. And there it is. There is my list for the 10th Crunchyroll Anime Awards, my 2026 vote. And I think I did well. Anime of the year and film of the year. I already saw the nominees beforehand, and I knew I was gonna pick My Hero Deserves This. Gachi Akuta had the biggest impact here. Zenshu was pretty decent. Best animation, again, for My Hero. Character design. Yep. Honestly, nobody saw that, or not many people saw that, but I think it deserves it, and even I didn't see that. Best romance, Ranma half, comedy, best action and animation for My Hero. It deserves it. Best Isekai going to ReZero. Best drama to Orb deserves it. Best slice of life to Anne Shirley deserves it. Best main character, because the character selection was just pure garbage. You know what? Like, best voice artist performance in Japanese, I would have voted for the voice actress for Anne in Anne Shirley, because that is a fucking performance. That is how do you judge this? How did the judges come up with this final list? It's gotta be popularity. And based on popularity, Chainsaw Man does win, right? But yeah, that's the thing. She gives such a great performance. Anne is a very abrasive character sometimes. And if she's voiced wrong, it could completely just make the series so irritating, make the character so irritating. But instead, she comes off as more of a precocious youngster. That's thanks to the voice work. How do you people evaluate? But this is my list. Hopefully, I'll be doing more long-form videos in the future. And share in the comments, what is your list for this year's Crunchyroll Anime Awards? What do you think about the nominees? Do you think some of these nominees are debatable? They definitely are. And where's To Be Hero X? But yeah, please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.